Hello everyone, this is Ranger right here, and today I'm going to be talking about my honest opinions about Wuthering Waves 3.0. But yeah, let's get things started. I hope everyone's doing well. I hope the Christmas went swell. And yeah, overall, in my honest opinion from how I've been playing Wuthering Waves 3.0, let me just first break it down for y'all. There will be some spoilers ahead, alright? So do be aware for anyone that is listening through this, okay? So when it comes to 3.0, I have to say that, long story short, I give this story a 9 out of 10 so far. You know what? An 8.5 or 8. An 8 out of 10. Yes, that's the right number I want to say. I want to give it a 9, but I'll tell you my reasoning about this. So far, the beginning of 3.0, we start off in Honami, or, well, technically we start in the Black Shores. And we've been informed to meet up with Shorekeeper and Honami, alright? So as we get into Honami, we're going to be meeting up with Shorekeeper and we talk. It's first things first, it's amazing to have all these characters in the background from before coming back, you know? It brings a lot of life, if y'all understand what I mean by that. So it was really nice seeing Shorekeeper. It was nice to see how she's worried for us, how much she cares, and the information that she provided for us. And then we go on to Chisa arriving and her quest to find her parents, which is a continuation of her story that happened before 3.0, when 2.8, which honestly for me is really nice. I'm really interested in how that's going to go. And so I have to say the beginning is really nice, but it's where we go to the intro of 3.0. I have to say 3.0 is currently the best introduction for Wuthering Waves for open region, in my honest opinion. Better than Huanglong, Rinasida, the Black Shores. Better than all three of them, in my honest opinion. You'll know this for those that have played it, but for those that haven't, that are okay with spoilers, this is your chance to log off if you want to. But essentially, I think it is amazing. First things first, we get an introduction of Chisa and Rover finally going into the portal, and as they go into this rift to go to Lahai Roy, we just see Chisa's the one that goes in first, and when Chisa goes in, we go next, and we just basically essentially go into this black rift, this black zone almost, and it's just trippy, you know? Like, what is going on? And then we get introduced, we get attacked by this monster of some sort with this huge eye. That's obviously going to be probably a new setting for the new villain that's going to be coming up right here. And honestly, it looks so cool. The visual is amazing. I have to be so clear about that. For anyone that hasn't played that, you have to. That's like visually, it's so stunning. It's like spectacular. And then we get Amith. Or Amith, yeah, that's the new character that has been introduced. She basically reminds me of the new Sentinel. Not Sentinel, Resonator for Sentinel, but Lahai Roy doesn't have a Sentinel, which is very interesting. I'm curious on why they don't have a Sentinel. It said that they never had one, so there's that. So we'll see how that goes right there. But Amith, who is the newest character, is who I believe is like the level of a Sentinel. At first, I thought it was Mornay that was going to be it, because, you know, she's the representation of a sun almost because of her flame powers, and she seems like very significant in the story right here. And so far, I think that is very much still the case. I think she is going to be very significant. Maybe even on the level, like maybe similar to what Cantarella is, or yeah, similar to what Cantarella is, where she was the Resonator for the Sentinel, but she gave her powers eventually to Amith. But I think in this case, I think Amith is the one that has, you know, the Sentinel Resonator powers in this sense. But you know what I mean, the level of importance. But anyways, instead of the theory right there, I have to say the introduction for Amith was amazing, really clean visually. I think there's a lot of hints going on right there, but I think that's something that you guys should look into to see how you guys visually feel. And so yes, now the introduction of Lahai Roy that's already amazing. We come into this world and Rover's just going through this animation and he just gets smashed by Linne, who's been introduced. and we actually see this first opening of her killing someone, which honestly, that's really, that's pretty much a nice breather for once for a couple people, I'm sure, about death being there. I don't have a care if there's death or not, really, personally, but that was really nice to see. But yeah, so Linnea's introduction was amazing. Then we go to the school, but before we go to the school right here, while we're traveling towards the school, we get attacked by this huge void worm. Okay, and honestly, one of the largest creatures that we've ever seen in this game so far. One of the biggest, and honestly, visually stunning. The design of the monster is amazing right here. Okay, and so yeah, there's that. We eventually get into Roy, get things going. The school is amazing. The setting's amazing. The content is cool. It's definitely giving me Horizon vibes with all the mech creatures that are roaming around the area. They're definitely an inspiration that's being implied here, and honestly, I'm all in for it. We also see tribals people around the area as NPCs, but most importantly, students right here. And then Linnea seems to know that we are part of the Black Shores because, Shorekeeper was able to get us an invitation and a recommendation to Roy, which is pretty nice. And eventually we come to this school, learn everything about it as much as possible, and then we find out there's something weird about Linnea. And honestly, I like the little spice to it, a little, there's something going on about this character. And mind you, this is all happening in one day, so it's like wild to me, alright? I could be totally tripping, there may have been a couple days in between, but I finished the story within 2 to 3 days, so not really much that I can say about that. The story was short, but yeah, then we meet Mornay. And I have to say, for those that got to this point, there's a cutscene that happens when we're burning our cassette, because we have to burn our cassette to get verified as a student. And when we were burning our cassette, we had this like backstory shot right at us, right? And holy Christ, to anyone that was watching that cutscene, that was beautiful. I have to say, it was one of the biggest forms of respects that the devs could have given to any of the players right here, because it's just like a visual, breathtaking event of what we were just experiencing throughout the whole game. And that's just, wow, I shed a tear or two, I have to be honest about that. It really was, just, no words can describe it, you just have to watch it. But then, at the very end of this, like, backstory cut shots of what we went through for Hualong to all the way to Rinasida to Hanami City and to here finally, we get a little secret shot of Mornay was also a part of that. And it's very interesting because Mornay seems to have just shown the representation that she knows us. And this also goes and ties in with the doctor that was introduced as well, who is a very fine looking man, of course. But honestly, these teachers all seem to know us, and I think it's clear as day as it was represented that Rover, spoiler, had to go leave the school, the academy, as soon as possible for unknown reasons. And I guess they were able to get assistance to, some of the teachers were able to assist with deleting all the records that Rover had within the school. Don't know why that's the case, but maybe there's a suspicion that Rover knew that he was going to be coming back right here. But, another add-on to Rover's backstory on him coming back to school. And yeah, that's one thing right there. We also see Chisa's roaming around here, and we get news that she met her parents, which is very nice. Wish I was there to see it, but you don't need to witness everything right there. Every character has their own story, and that's what I really like. And this ties in with what's going on. Long story short, Linnea really had a huge impact in this story right here. She was a very important character. We find out that she's actually from the New Federation country, and she's a merc. And she took the identity of a student that was already dead, Linnea. And as she took it, she stayed here and found out that she loved this place a lot more as a real human being almost. And that's something that was really touching, honestly. So that's a very interesting story that we're getting. We haven't really tapped into those kind of characters, so it was nice that Kuro is going with this new storyline here. And so yeah, there's that. But other than that, I have to say the story was really nice. We get this new NPCs that we're seeing right here, which is visually breathtaking, okay? Really nice. But my favorite one is Iris. Holy Christ, she is so adorable looking. I'm not gonna lie, she kind of reminds me of this game that I played once. My Side. I don't know why. The voice just sounds like it for some weird reason. But if you look at her animations and how she moves, it's really cool how she goes from 3D to 2D when she's like moving around in her uh, form or book, whatever, the telepath thing. And I was like, wow, that's pretty cool. That's actually pretty wicked, man. So seeing that, pretty cool. Now, when it comes to the rest of the story, we have this huge boss battle with the worm, with the void worm, and oh my god, that was insane. I have to say, the game, it was really easy. I had to preference that. It is a very easy fight, but it's very unique to what Wu normally does for boss battles. So that was really nice to see. I don't think that's what the actual boss battle is going to be, but I really hope when we actually have an actual fight with the void worm, maybe we might have the actual boss fight instead. Instead of using our motorcycles, jump around, shoot around, boom, 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 ba, ba, bang. That was something I would like to see actually happening. Combat's great, story's great, the biology here looks really nice, geography looks amazing, and now when it comes to geography, we need to talk about the new utility of transportation or vehicle, which is the motorcycle that you're seeing probably right now on this screen right here. I have to say, it took some time to get used to, because I'm used to using the flying equipment all the time, but after some time of practicing, I had to say, the motorcycle is actually one of my favorite forms of transportation. Maybe even better than the damn flying. The reason why I think so, and for those I hope to see the same thing, is because when you're flying, you're always above the ground. It's used for you to see like the huge landscape, the beauty of it, and of course the large scale of it. Overall, for the transportation vehicle right here for the motorcycle is it's the best. I really like it, and yeah, so when you're visually flying, is to see this large scale space right here, see the different types of geography, topography going on right here and all that. But when it comes to, or technically bird's eye view, for the motorcycle, we're seeing the different levels of topography, geography, a lot more closer and cleaner. So there's a lot more details that's placed into this, especially with the road pathways and the different mechanisms. Like one road you can have infinite stamina in, the other one you have stamina, limited stamina in. But one of the best features I like is the music that has right here. There's different types of music that you can select from in the selection bar, and honestly, I think that's really cool. Like, as you can see, look at the large amount of selections here. I think we have like over 100 different types of music, I think. Yeah, I think it is over 100, and honestly, that's like really dope. As well as the partnership that was going on right here, collab with Sonic the Hedgehog, Persona 3 and 5, which is honestly really freaking cool. So there's that. I also love how we can have an aesthetics that we can add on to different levels, and that's pretty cool over there. And obviously you could upgrade your vehicle, which is amazing. A nice detail that was added upon the game. And yeah, overall, I have to say it's the best. And you can jump, double jump if you want to even, and that's fire as hell. And yeah, so, and also there's also a visual cue that you can go with. And I have to say, it's really nice. Like, it's actually freaking ingenious how they did it. Like, you just choose one of your characters that you like from one of your... See Shorekeeper going on, and it has different angles that it goes through, and I have to say, it's just visually breathtaking. They've taken, I have to say, they have taken into a lot of consideration of what the players would like and what they thought that they didn't need, but needed. So, props up to Kuro for doing this. It must have taken a long time to get all of this to work out. If like small little bits added upon it makes something really big, you know what I mean? That's what really makes things important. Big things are really nice, but adding a bunch of little things and making it bigger is so much better. Alright, it just makes it feel like there's more detail to the world going on right here. And the autopilot is amazing, first off. I've been doing this whole like video production in autopilot mode. Yeah, so that's pretty visually cool right there. It seems like a movie, honestly, if I have to be honest here. So there's that. Um, and yeah, so now when it comes to the whole story, I would probably give the story an 8 out of 10. I give the story 8 out of 10. Introduction, I would say a 10 out of 10. I don't think there was any issues with the introduction. I think it was perfect. Okay? There was nothing wrong with it. It was perfect to how we got it. Okay, we got an introduction how we were able to get in, and then we got an introduction to how we're going to get to the school, and then an introduction to how the villains is going to be going on, or what the problem of the story is going to be, and moving on forward right there. Which was, the fact that this is still involved in this part, as well as the I forgot the name, but the big problem that was going on with Renacita, the Leviathan, and all that stuff. So there's that. Transportation, the vehicle, I would say it's a 9 out of 10 because I can totally understand why some people would love to have the flying feature, which, by the way, you can't fly at all in this world. So there's that. But yes, I would say 9 out of 10. Vehicles 9 out of 10, and I think it's really well done overall right here, honestly. Definitely better than how they featured in Genshin with damn, I can't believe I forgot her name. Malvika, yes, Malvika's limited stamina cooldown motorcycle right there. So there's that. And yeah, other than that, I can't think of anything else to say. But yeah, there you go, guys. That's my honest opinion about this whole game of 3.0. I hope all of you guys are enjoying the game as much as I am, and because this is really nice. And yeah, I do have to say the story is a lot shorter than I wanted. I wish it would have gave me like another hour of content maybe, but I was able to get this game done in within the story within 5 hours, maybe. I think 4 to 5 hours, maybe 6 even. But yeah, other than that, stay well and stay swell. I hope your Linnae pulls have went well. I'm going to be saving up for my Mornay because I think Mornay is an amazing looking character, and I'm really stoked to be pulling for her. I have a feeling that she might be a support maybe, but I heard that she's like a Powercraft version of Powercraft version of Jinshi, yeah, Jinshi. So, honestly, yeah. Other than that, you guys all stay well, stay swell. I hope you all spent your Merry Christmas pretty well, and of course, Happy New Year. Okay, see you guys maybe next year, maybe, or maybe I'll upload another video before that. Stay well, stay swell. Once again, leave a comment or like if you guys want to talk about something. Go on ahead. Peace.